So yes, letters of hope. Oh man, it is a. Before I get into the review, I wish to acknowledge and really applaud the trial by media people and everyone who was involved in making this movie a success because the marketing, it was incredible. I really, really, really commend and I really applaud everyone who made sure this movie was out there because I knew about the movie like last year and the movie's only going to play and be in cinemas in May this year. So you can see the commitment that was put into making this film known and really given to us. So I really applaud that. That's the first thing. The second thing is I wish to first give you an insight of what this movie did to me the first time I saw the trailer. Right? Didn't know much about the film, but when I watched the trailer for the first time, I felt hypnotized. I felt um, I had an empathetic feeling towards the movie. It literally got under my skin and under my emotions because the trailer was just so powerful and it made it so impossible for me not to yearn to watch this movie. So that was a great thing. So I think they did a stellar job. I loved it and I'm happy I got to watch it now. So yes, what is a Letters of Hope and why should you go watch it? I really recommend that you should really go watch it. First and foremost, it's a movie about hope. It's a movie about hope before anything else. You know, um, it's a movie that really speaks to our distant past. It's a movie that tries to teach us. It's a movie that preserves our history because it's important. It's important. I don't think it's something that we can completely erase because we can only know where we're going if we know where we come from, right? Now the movie the best thing that I take away and I really enjoy about this movie is the fact that it's a South African movie made by two African or black South African actors. Well, filmmakers, not actors, filmmakers, right? Telling a black narrative. I think there's authenticity is also bound to come from that. Like it's a there's going to be little or no filter to that, because you're telling the movie from an honest and a well-informed um, perspective. Because the director did say in the Q&A session that he underwent a series of research and made a research project around this topic of letters that were used as means of communication in the past time between individuals and their families. I think that's a part of our history that is not really given much attention. I got to see how difficult it is to, or it was, to get in contact with your family members when you were forced into exile fighting for our rights and the rights of the majority of the people of the country. I got to see how difficult it was to really be connected with your family because these people went into exile for a very long time, and I think that was shown in the movie. So visually, I really thought the movie was. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. The picture was amazing. I enjoyed. It was so authentic, and it really tried to take me back to the time, to the context in which it was trying to tell the narrative. So through modes of transports that were used, the cars were like kind of old fashioned. There was a use of armor bikes, the wardrobe, their clothes. Aesthetically, they were fitting. Contextually, they were fitting. The language which was used in the setting, it was clear to a certain extent. So when I get to credit the movie and give some of the things that I wish should have or could have gotten better, I will explain what I mean. Yes, so visually it was amazing. I think it's one of those movies where even if you go and watch it and you don't see the dialogue, you will still be able to understand what the movie is about. So I enjoyed the limited dialogue that was there in the movie. And vice versa. If you listen to an audio without seeing the pictures or without seeing the visuals, you'd still be able to understand. I think I enjoyed that element, and the movie is strongly on the element of narration, which I think I really enjoyed because it gave me time to really sit with moment and to really understand what each scene was trying to tell me and what the movie is about in its whole entirety. So I really, really, really enjoyed that. It's one of those things I enjoyed. And technically, I think they went with the handheld camera work. I'm not strong in terms of the language of filmmakers and that department, but I could see they went handheld. It made it a bit uncomfortable, which is the whole point. The movie is uncomfortable because it deals with the really uncomfortable time, of our people. And I really enjoyed that approach. I enjoyed the fact that it still tells, like I said, the narrative from an honest point of view. Our people are telling our narratives, which makes it even more authentic, which makes it even more appealing for me to go watch it. The movie preserves culture. It preserves our history because it is important that we do that. Because, unless we know the real truth of where we're coming from, it's hard for us to kind of move forward. In the Q&A session, Obabul Tuli said something quite interesting. Actually, we don't know our heroes, right? I think it sparked a really interesting conversation in a dialogue to say that we only know a certain side of our own people. We know that our people were exiled. We know that our people were forced into this. Our people fought for the liberation, but we don't know the results of what they were fighting for. And this movie kind of proposed a dialogue in that sense. Seeing the movie through the eyes of our own people. Because the main character, we follow his journey, we follow his his life and his family's life, to see how they made an impact in the family. What a small gesture of delivering mails and letters to families, what that did within the black community. Because like I said, the essence was to try and make it possible for families to be able to connect with their families. So I really enjoyed that aspect, giving hope, playing around with the notion of hope. And like I said, the limited dialogue, I enjoyed that so much. But I think in the process of reviewing a movie or anything, you've got to find things or be able to speak out on things that you think could have improved. And I think I wish to do that as well. I think one of the things that could have improved with the film is the commitment to language. I mean that in broader terms. I'm not gonna pick like characters or spoil, that aspect of life. I think there was a scene where you find some characters speaking in a language that I didn't think fit the setting or the context of the movie. Because if you establishing a setting, yoba silapha ngoklendawo, of which I'm not going to mention, I wanted to go see the film, and then you bring a language that is completely foreign to that language, to that setting, then it becomes a little bit confusing. But I think there was a character choice. For argument's sake, if you're saying you're going to set a story up on Suga Konam Nehote, like amount of live, Snabesu to Paya, which it's okay to have, that. But if you start Kufiga Umdu Last Pitori, it then kind of breaks, my suspense or my belief into the world. It breaks that a little bit. I thought that could have been worked out better. I thought also some linkage to some scenes, though. It was like 5% of the entire movie. Like there was a kind of a missing link. But because also the directors and people that made the film did speak on the limited budget that they were working on, it made sense, and it's a really forgivable element. It's not like a distracting or a completely it doesn't throw you off. It's just one of those things where you kind of see and you're like, that link could have been better, because the acting was amazing. Yeah, I thought the acting was amazing because I got a sense that people understood. I got a sense that people understood their characters. I got a sense that they understood their setting. They understood the climax and the atmosphere of what the movie is about and the story they were trying to portray and tell to us. And so bravo to the team, bravo to the cast. Yeah. I just have one crit though and he's a legend in the making. I think his acting is amazing in the movie. I think his acting is really brilliant in everything that he does. I don't know if they made enough commitment to really sitting in the language, but otherwise the acting was amazing. He played a really good character. I'm not gonna say who he is. I want you to go and see for yourself in the movie, and also make your own, judgment and your own interpretations of what you get from the film. But this is just a personal review on that. And but otherwise, it's a nice movie. It's a beautiful movie, and I would vouch that we go watch it because it's about us. And the interesting thing is that I'm also reading a book that is around that. It's called Conversations with My Sons and Daughters by Dr. Mampele Rampele, where they really, really vie for the youth to be involved in the political setting of this country if things are to improve. And this movie is also one of those, one of those. I don't know what to call it for now, but it's one of those things that try to create agency among the youth. They try to let us know of the things that happened in the past and how we could, be of action of change and be advocates for the change that we want to see in South Africa. So bravo, let's go check out the movie in the cinemas. It's taking place. It's gonna happen around May. I'm not exactly sure with the dates. But yes, I really thought it was a really fantastic movie. I really thought they did well and justified themselves with the budget that they said they have. And I'm really grateful that I went to watch it. So yeah, let's go check out the movie and support local content.